Hey, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to be reviewing the Garuda Indonesia business class lounge at Bali International Airport. I'm going to be reviewing the food and drink, the seating, the facilities including the shower rooms, and the overall location and vibe of the lounge. As the name suggests, the Garuda Indonesia business class lounge is located in Bali Airport International Terminal. It is accessible to anybody travelling in business class on either a Garuda Indonesia flight or any other Star Alliance flight. Today, I was travelling on Singapore Airlines in business class, and so I had access by virtue of its partner airline ticket. The main departure area of Bali Airport is not large, so you really can't miss the lounge. It's on the second floor, up a short flight of escalators to your left. Once you reach the second floor, simply turn left and you'll see a sign pointing you in the direction of the lounge. At the time I visited the lounge, it was not busy at all. In fact, I was one of the only passengers there, although do note, it can get busier at other times. As you can see here, there is plenty of table-like seating near the food area. As we move further into the lounge, more comfortable, wider seats are available, and each seat comes with a power socket so that you can charge your devices if you need to. This lounge is a little bit like an Alice in Wonderland style rabbit hole. The further down you go, the more you discover. Over here is a bar area serving alcoholic drinks. It wasn't manned when I was there, probably because it was so quiet, although you can call over the lounge staff who will happily serve you a drink. The seating continues as the lounge wraps around the corner of the second floor. Even later on, when the lounge got busier, this section remained super quiet. I think a lot of passengers don't realise it's here, so if you want some extra seating, come to the back. At this point, I was surprised at how far the lounge kept on going. It was like it never ended. Tucked right in the back here is some more table-style seating, which is incredibly private as you're really far away from the main part of the lounge. I'm sure this design for the lounge wasn't intentional, and rather they had to make do with whatever space they were able to get. And, given that there aren't many places available to put a lounge in Bali Airport, I think they've done a fairly good job, all things considered. As you just saw, magazines are available, and the lounge overlooks the main concourse. Speaking of which, the lounge also features a balcony area with some limited seating. This was quite cool and really let you sort of get out to the main part of the lounge and experience a semi-open air style. Moving on to the food, there was a noodle station which again wasn't manned, but a staff member could be called over upon request. They had a chilled section serving various desserts, both Western and Indonesian, and also some sliced fruits. I sampled the cheesecake from this section and it was pretty good, although not the best I've ever had. They also had a make-your-own salad. I was pleased to see that almost all ingredients were covered in one way or another. This is Bali after all, it's a tropical climate and there are insects. Moving along, there were numerous breads and pastries provided, as well as a coffee machine that could make pretty much any type of coffee you could want. If alcohol isn't your thing, they had numerous soft drinks available, including bottles of water, Coke, Diet Coke, sparkling water, and sparkling fruit juices. I just wanted to re-highlight just how quiet this area is in the back. It's so tucked away, there was virtually nobody here the entire time I was there, even when the lounge got busy. Definitely a tip for you if you want a quieter lounge. By the way, if you're enjoying the video, please subscribe. Moving back to the food, a wide variety of hot dishes are also provided, in both Indonesian and Western options. Everything from fish, to curry, to vegetables, to pasta, to porridge, including a very tasty beef, which I'll show you later in the video. I was also pleased to see they had a dedicated Indonesian corner. I love Indonesian food, so it's always great to have it, particularly when you're in the local country. In addition to the Indonesian options, there were several Chinese options available too, including edamame beans, dim sum, and various other pastries and small Chinese snacks. And before anybody says, I'm aware that spring rolls can be from pretty much every Asian country, but this was the Chinese section, even if they called it lumpia. For my food, I tried the beef, the omelette, the lumpia, the garlic bread, and the chicken wings. This isn't going to win any culinary awards, but it was hot and tasty, which is exactly what I needed before my very late flight that day. Another feature that I was very pleased to see in the lounge was the presence of shower rooms. These came with a large sink, a hairdryer plugged into the wall, flowers for decoration, a toilet, and of course, the all-important shower. Look, I'll be realistic. The shower didn't look great. It's certainly not going to win any design awards, but it had a detachable shower head, which is always a win in my book, and also, this is Bali. You've got to bear in mind, it's not going to be up to the standard of major international airport hubs. I'll be honest with you, I have no idea who made these toiletries, however, they smelled nice, which is the main thing. Overall, the fact that they had shower rooms is a big win in my book. Another feature they had was a sort of mini business centre that had a computer and printer if you wanted it. There was a separate first class section, although this was closed when I arrived, probably due to low occupancy. Overall, I'm going to rate this lounge a 4 out of 5 stars, and I'll explain why at the end. I loved the fact that there was both an outdoor and an indoor section of the lounge. It was really cool to spend a little bit of time on the balcony. Further, the lounge was really easy to get to. I was in it about 5 minutes after I cleared immigration. The food and drink, whilst it's not going to win any awards, satisfies the main criteria of being hot, tasty, and fresh. And there was a wide variety too, from made to order, to cold food, to hot food, and a healthy mix between Western, Indonesian, and other Asian cuisines. I loved the fact they had shower rooms, although temper your expectations about the overall finish and quality of a shower. I would describe it as functional rather than luxurious. In fact, I would say this about the entire lounge. Temper your expectations. If you're expecting to experience the Singapore Airlines business class lounge at Changi Airport or the Cathay Pacific business class lounge at Hong Kong Airport, reviews of both are linked at the end of this video, by the way, then you're going to be disappointed. However, if you go in with realistic expectations, that this is Bali, so not the largest airport in Indonesia, it is a bit of a regional hub for them, and also Garuda Indonesia, it's a great airline, but it's not one of the world's best, then you should be quite pleased with this lounge. It has everything you need, and crucially, was much quieter than the other lounges at Bali Airport. I visited all of the lounges at Bali and will be posting reviews in the coming weeks and months, and what I will say, the Garuda Indonesia Business Lounge is my favourite. By far. It's not even close. It's a great place to spend a little bit of time before your flight, but not one to come early for.